Welcome to our channel. Let's start cockroach and frogs.
7.4 Cockroach. Cockroaches are brown or black-bodied animals that are included in class Insecta of phylum Arthropoda. Bright yellow, red and green colored cockroaches have also been reported in tropical regions. Their size ranges from 1/4 inches to 3 inches, that is 0.6 to 7.6 cm, and have long antennae, legs, and flat extension of the upper body wall that conceals head. They are nocturnal omnivores that live in damp places throughout the world. They have become residents of human homes and thus are serious pests and vectors of several diseases. 7.4.1 Morphology. The adult of the common species of cockroach, Periplaneta americana, are about 34 to 53 mm long with wings that extend beyond the tip of the abdomen in males. The body of the cockroach is segmented and divisible into three distinct regions: head, thorax, and abdomen. The entire body is covered by a hard chitinous exoskeleton, brown in color. In each segment, exoskeleton has hardened plates called sclerites, turgids dorsally and sternites ventrally that are joined to each other by a thin and flexible articular membrane that is also called arthropodial membrane. Head is triangular in shape and lies anteriorly at right angles to the longitudinal body axis. It is formed by the fusion of six segments and shows great mobility in all directions due to flexible neck. The head capsules bear a pair of compound eyes. A pair of thread-like antennae arise from membranous sockets lying in front of eyes. Antennae help sensory receptors that help in monitoring the environment. Anterior end of the head bears appendages forming biting and chewing type of mouth parts. The mouth parts consisting of a labrum, that is upper lips, a pair of mandibles, a pair of maxilla, and a labium, that is lower lip. A median flexible lobe acting as tongue, hypopharynx, lies within the cavity closed by the mouth parts. Thorax consists of three parts: prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax. The head is connected with thorax by a short extension of the prothorax known as the neck. Each thoracic segment bears a pair of walking legs. The first pair of wings arises from mesothorax and the second pair from metathorax. Four wings, mesothoracic, called tagmina, are opaque, dark, and leathery and cover the hind wings when at rest. The hind wings are transparent, membranous, and are used in flight. The abdomen in both males and females consists of 10 segments. In females, the seventh sternum is boat-shaped and together with the eighth and ninth sternum forms a broad or genital pouch whose anterior part contains female gonophore, spermathecal pores, and collateral glands. In males, genital pouch or chamber lies at the hind end of abdomen, bounded dorsally by ninth and 10th starja and ventrally by the ninth sternum. It contains dorsal anus, ventral male genital pore, and gonapophysis. Males bear a pair of short, thread-like anal styles which are absent in females. In both sexes, the 10th segment bears a pair of jointed filamentous structures called anal cerci. 7.4.2 Anatomy. The alimentary canal present in the body cavity is divided into three regions: foregut, midgut, and hindgut. The mouth opens into a short tubular pharynx leading to a narrow tubular passage called esophagus. This in turn opens into a sac-like structure called crop used for storing of food. The crop is followed by gizzard or proventriculus. It has an outer layer of thick circular muscles and thick inner cuticle forming six highly chitinous plates called teeth. Gizzard help in grinding the food particles. The entire foregut is lined by cuticle. A ring of 6 to 8 blind tubules called hepatic or gastric ceca is present at the junction of foregut and midgut, which secrete digestive juice. At the junction of midgut and hindgut is present another ring of 100 to 150 yellow-colored thin filamentous Malpighian tubules. They help in removal of excretory products from hemolymph. The hindgut is broader than midgut and is differentiated into ileum, colon, and rectum. The rectum opens out through anus. Blood vascular system of cockroach is an open type. Blood vessels are poorly developed and open into space. Hemocoel. Visceral organs located in the hemocoel are bathed in blood hemolymph. The hemolymph is composed of colorless plasma and hemocytes. Heart of cockroach consists of elongated muscular tube lying along mid-dorsal line of thorax and abdomen. It is differentiated into funnel-shaped chambers with ostia on either side. Blood from sinuses enter heart through ostia and is pumped anteriorly to sinuses again. The respiratory system consists of a network of trachea that opens through 10 pairs of small holes called spiracles present on the lateral side of the body. Thin branching tubes, tracheal tubes, subdivided into tracheoles, carry oxygen from the air to all the parts. The opening of the spiracles is regulated by sphincters. Exchange of gases take place at the tracheoles by diffusion. Excretion is performed by Malpighian tubules. Each tubule is lined by glandular and ciliated cells. They absorb nitrogenous waste products and convert them into uric acid, which is excreted out through the hindgut. Therefore, this insect is called uricotelic. In addition, the fat body, nephrocytes, and uricose glands also help in excretion. The nervous system of cockroach consists of a series of fused, segmentally arranged ganglia joined by paired longitudinal connectives on the ventral side. Three ganglia lie in the thorax and six in the abdomen. The nervous system of cockroach is spread throughout the body. The head holds a bit of a nervous system while the rest is situated along the ventral belly-shaped part of its body. So, now you understand what if the head of the cockroach is cut off. It will still live for as long as 1 week. In the head region, the brain is represented by supraesophageal ganglion, which supplies nerves to antenna and compound eyes. In cockroach, the sense organs are antenna, eyes, maxillary pulps, labial pulps, anal cerci, etc. The compound eyes are situated at the dorsal surface of the head. Each eye consists of about 2000 hexagonal ommatidia. Singular form is ommatidium. With the help of several ommatidia, a cockroach can receive several images of an object. This kind of vision is known as mosaic vision, with more sensitivity but less resolution, being common during night, hence called nocturnal vision. Cockroaches are dioecious and both sexes have well-developed reproductive organs. Male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes, one lying on each lateral side in the fourth to sixth abdominal segments. From each testis arises a thin vas deferens which opens into ejaculatory duct through seminal vesicles. The ejaculatory duct opens into male gonophore situated ventral to anus. A characteristic mushroom-shaped gland is present in the 6th to 7th abdominal segments, which functions as an accessory reproductive gland. The external genitalia are represented by male gonapophysis or telomere, chitinous asymmetrical structure surrounding the male gonophore. The sperms are stored in the seminal vesicles and are glued together in the form of bundles called spermatophores, which are discharged during copulation. The female reproductive system consists of two large ovaries lying laterally in the second to sixth abdominal segments. Each ovary is formed of a group of 8 ovarian tubules or ovarioles containing a chain of developing ova. Oviducts of each ovary unite into a single median oviduct, also called vagina, which opens into the genital chamber. A pair of spermatheca is present in the sixth segment, which opens into the genital chamber. Sperms are transferred through spermatophores. Their fertilized eggs are encased in capsules called ootheca. Ootheca is a dark reddish to blackish brown capsule about 3 by 8 millimeter long. They are dropped or glued to a suitable surface, usually in a crack or crevice of high relative humidity near a food source. On an average, females reproduce 9 to 10 ootheca, each containing 14 to 16 eggs. The development of Periplaneta americana is paurometabolous, meaning there is development through nymphal stage. In nymphs look very much like adults. The nymph grows by molting about 13 times to reach the adult forms. The next to last nymphal stage has wings pads, but only adult cockroaches have wings. Many species of cockroaches are wild and are of no economic importance. A few species thrive in and around human habitats. They are pests because they destroy food and contaminate with it their smelly excreta. They can transmit a variety of bacterial disease by contaminating food material. Let's see all the structures of cockroach. This part is head region of cockroach. This part is alimentary canal of cockroach. This part is open circulatory system of cockroach. This is male reproductive system of cockroach, and the last part is female reproductive system of cockroach. Let's start frogs. 7.5 Frogs. Frogs can live both on land and in fresh water and belong to class Amphibia of phylum Chordata. The most common species of frog found in India is Rana tigrina. They do not have constant body temperature, that is, their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environments. Such animals are called cold-blooded or poikilotherms. You might have also noticed changes in color of the frogs while they are in grasses and on dry land. They have the ability to change the color to hide them from their enemies. That is also called camouflage. This protective coloration is called mimicry. You may also know that the frogs are not seen during peak summer and winter. During this period, they take shelter in deep burrows to protect them from extreme heat and cold. This is called as summer sleep, that is estivation, and winter sleep, that is hibernation. 7.5.1 Morphology. Have you ever touched the skin of frog? The skin is smooth and slippery due to the presence of mucus. The skin is always maintained in a moist condition. The color of dorsal side of the body is generally olive green with dark irregular spots. On the ventral side, the skin is uniformly pale yellow. The frog never drinks water but absorbs it through the skin. Body of a frog is divisible into head and trunk. A neck and tail are absent. Above the mouth, a pair of nostrils is present. Eyes are bulged and covered by a nictitating membrane that protects them while in water. On either side of eyes, a membranous tympanum ear receives sound signals. The forelimbs and hind limbs help in swimming, walking, leaping, and burrowing. The hind limbs end in 5 digits and they are larger and muscular than forelimbs that end in 4 digits. Feet have webbed digits that help in swimming. Frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. Male frogs can be distinguished by, by the presence of sound producing vocal sacs and also a copulatory pad on the first digit of the forelimbs, which are absent in female frogs. 7.5.2 Anatomy. The body cavity of frogs accommodate different organ systems such as digestive, circulatory, respiratory, nervous, excretory, and reproductive systems with well-developed structures and functions. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The alimentary canal is short because frogs are carnivores and hence the length of intestine is reduced. The mouth opens into the buccal cavity that leads to the esophagus through pharynx. Esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach, which in turn continues as the intestine, rectum, and finally opens in outside by the cloaca. Liver secretes bile that is stored in the gallbladder. Pancreas, a digestive gland, produces pancreatic juice containing digestive enzymes. Food is captured by the bilobed tongue. Digestion is food takes. Digestion of food takes place by the action of HCl and gastric juices secreted from the wall of the stomach. Partially digested food, called chyme, is passed from stomach to the first part of the intestine, the duodenum. The duodenum receives bile from gallbladder and pancreatic juices from the pancreas through a common bile duct. Bile bile emulsifies fat and pancreatic juices, digest carbohydrates and proteins. Final digestion takes place in the intestine. Digested food is absorbed by the numerous finger-like folds in the inner wall of intestine called villi and microvilli. The undigested solid waste moves into the rectum and passes out through cloaca. Frogs respire on land and in the water by two different methods. In water, skin acts as aquatic respiratory organs, that is also called cutaneous respiration. Dissolved oxygen in the water is exchanged through the skin by diffusion. On land, the buccal cavity, skin and lungs act as respiratory organs. The respiration by lungs is called pulmonary respiration. The lungs are a pair of elongated, pink-colored, sac-like structures present in the upper part of the trunk region, that is also called thorax. Air enters through the nostrils into the buccal cavity and then to lungs. During estivation and hibernation, gaseous exchange takes place through skin. The vascular system of frog is well developed closed type. Frogs have a lymphatic system also. The blood vascular system involves heart, blood vessels and blood. The lymphatic system consists of lymph channels, and lymph nodes. Heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. It has three chambers, two atria and one ventricles, and is covered by a membrane called pericardium. A triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atrium. It receives blood through the major veins called vena cava. The ventricles opens into a sac-like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of the heart. The blood from the heart is carried to all parts of the body by the arterial system. The veins collect blood through different parts of body to the heart and form the venous system. Special venous connection between liver and intestine as well as the kidney and lower part of the body are present in frogs. The former is called hepatic portal system and the latter is called renal portal system. The blood is composed of plasma and cells. The blood cells are RBC, red blood cells or erythrocytes, WBC, white blood cells or leukocytes, and platelets. RBCs are nucleated and contain red colored pigments, namely hemoglobin. The lymph is different from blood. It lacks few proteins and RBCs. The blood carries nutrients, gases, and water to the respective sites during the circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved by the pumping action of the muscular heart. The elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by a well-developed excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, ureters, cloaca, and urinary bladder. These are compact, dark red, and bean-like structures situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of ventral column. Each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units called uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Two ureters emerge from the kidneys in the male frogs. The ureters act as urinogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. In females, the ureters and oviduct open separately in the cloaca. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which also opens in the cloaca. The frog excretes urea and thus is a ureotelic animal. Excretory waste are carried by blood into the kidney, where it is separated and excreted. The system for control and coordination is highly evolved in the frog. It includes both neural system and endocrine glands. The chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones, which are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in frogs are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal body, pancreatic islets, adrenal, and gonads. The nervous system is organized into a central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord, a peripheral nervous system, that is cranial and spinal nerves, and an autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. There are 10 pairs of cranial nerves arising from the brain. Brain is enclosed in a bony structure called brain box. Cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemispheres, and unpaired diencephalon. The midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobes. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum and continues to spinal cord, which is enclosed in the ventral column. Frogs has different types of sense organs, namely organs of touch, that is sensory papilla, taste, taste bud, smell, nasal epithelium, vision, eyes, and hearing, tympanum with internal ears. Out of these, eyes and internal ears are well organized structures, and the rest are cellular aggregation around nerve ending. Eyes in a frog are a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit in skull. These are simple eyes possessing only one unit. External ear is absent in frogs and only tympanum can be seen externally. The ear is an organ of hearing, as well as balancing equilibrium. Frogs have well-organized male and female reproductive systems. Male reproductive organs consist of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes, which are found adhered to the upper part of kidneys by a double fold of peritoneum called mesorchium. Vasa efferentia are 10 to 12 in number that arise from testes. They enter the kidney on their side and open into bladder's canal. Finally, it communicates with the urinogenital duct that comes out of the kidneys and opens into the cloaca. The cloaca is a small median chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine, and sperms to the exterior. The female reproductive organs include a pair of ovaries. The ovaries are situated near kidneys and there is no functional connection with kidneys. A pair of oviduct arising, arising from the ovaries opens into the cloaca separately. A mature female can lay 25,000 to 3,000 ova at a time. Fertilization is external and takes place in water. Development involves a larval stage called tadpole. Tadpole undergoes metamorphosis to form the adult. Frogs are beneficial for mankind because they eat insects and protect the crop. Frogs maintain ecological balance because they serve as an important link of food chain and food web in the ecosystem. In some countries, the muscular legs of frogs are used as food by man.
Like and subscribe our channel.